Elijah went there and stood in front of the people. He said, "How long will it take you to make up your minds? If the Lord is the one and only God, follow him. But if Baal is the one and only God, follow him." The people didn't say anything. Then Elijah said to them, "I'm the only one of the Lord's prophets left, but Baal has 450 prophets. Get 2 bulls for us. Let Baal's prophets choose one for themselves. Let them cut it into pieces. Let them put it in the wood, but don't let them set fire to it. Then pray to your God, and I'll pray to the Lord, and we'll see who answers by sending fire down, and that is the one and true God." Then all the people said, "What you are saying is good." So Elijah spoke to the prophets of Baal. He said, "Choose one of the bulls, prepare it, and pray to your God, but don't light the fire." So they prepared the bull they had been given. They prayed to Baal from morning until noon. "Baal, answer us," they shouted, but there wasn't any reply. No one answered. Then they danced around the altar they had made. At noon, Elijah began to tease them. "Shout louder," he said. "I'm sure Baal is a god. Perhaps he has had too much to think about. Or maybe he has gone to the toilet. Or perhaps he is away on a trip. Maybe he's sleeping. You might want to wake him up." So they shouted louder. They cut themselves with swords and spears until their blood flowed. That's what they usually did these things when it looked hopeless. It was now past noon. The prophets of Baal continued to prophesy with all their might. They did it until the time came to offer the evening sacrifice. But there wasn't any reply. No one answered. No one was paying attention. Then Elijah said to all of the people, "Come here to me." So they went to him, and he rebuilt the altar of the Lord. He gathered stones, and he took the bull, and he prepared the bull and put it in the altar. Then he said to some people, "Fill 4 large jars with water and pour it on the offering and the wood." So they did. "Do it again," he said. So they did it again. "Do it a 3rd time," he ordered, and they did it the 3rd time. The water ran down around the altar and even filled the ditch. When it was time to offer the evening sacrifice, the prophet Elijah stepped forward. He prayed, "Lord, you are the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. Today let everyone know that you are God in Israel. Let them know I'm your servant. Let them know I've done all of these things because you commanded me to. Answer me, Lord, answer me. Then these people will know that you are the one and only God. They'll know that you are turning their hearts back to you again." Then the fire of the Lord came down. It burned up the sacrifice, and it burned up the wood and the stones.
Whoa, how did that happen?
Elijah commanded them, and all the people saw it, and then they fell down flat on their faces toward the ground. They cried out, "The Lord is the one and only God. The Lord is the one and only God." Then Elijah commanded them, "Grab hold of the prophets of Baal and send them away." And there he had them put to death. So we see that all the prophets of Baal were dancing and praying and shouting and cutting and doing all of these things. But there was nobody to answer them because their God isn't real. Right. But we serve the one true God. Elijah was telling of the one true God, the real God. And when he set the altar out and he had people pour water on it, God sent fire down from heaven to consume the altar. Okay? And so, because we serve and worship the one true God, we can trust that he's going to be there for us, and that he is the one that watches over us, and that he is real for us in every circumstance that we have.